Hey, what's up? It's Jim, and today I'm going to talk about Bambi Meets Godzilla from 1969. By the way, this is real, so if you're watching this and you think I'm making a joke, it is not. The film is sort of a joke. So this film was created because Marv Newland was making a film project that was supposed to be a live-action film, and it was falling apart, and there was some important shots he had to make, and they weren't working out, and he basically went to his room and made Bambi Meets Godzilla in about 2 weeks and was able to pass that class. But as well as this film became kind of a huge hit, playing at various film festivals and getting tossed around on video and so forth, it played nationally several times, and actually also playing before a Godzilla film, before the 1985 kind of Godzilla reboot. So it does get played quite a bit, and if you're unfamiliar with the film, it's basically a bunch of credits roll. They're kind of funnier credits, they're clever little jokes, and then Godzilla stomps on Bambi, and that's it. I used to hear about this short a lot from my dad, who had seen it in college or something like that. I'm not sure, because this film basically never dies. It constantly is in rotation somewhere, especially back then. And then I heard about it, and then I saw it on a videotape of Hardware Wars. It was on that, and I loved it. I think I watched it, kept rewinding it, watching it 4 or 5 times. It is available on YouTube. It is an ingenious little short, and it is probably one of my favorite things Godzilla has ever been attached to, and I actually seriously mean that. It is wonderfully absurd, silly, and stupid, but exactly to the point. Every time I've watched it, I always sit there and go, man, that's dumb, but man, that's really good. He does a perfect job. Even animating the toenails at the end, I find kind of funny. It's just a one-note silly joke, and even though people have tried to remake it and do their own versions, no one has ever come anywhere close for me. This would start Marv Newland's career in animation. He would go on to actually direct episodes of the PJs, and also did the 2 Far Side animated specials. There were actually 2 of them, and he worked on both of them. And this kind of launched his career, because obviously he had a huge calling card, because everybody ended up seeing Bambi Meets Godzilla, and everybody chuckles at it. So I'm sure it gets him into a lot of rooms, opens a lot of doors, because people are like, oh, I'll see that guy once or whatever. I love this little short. It's a silly little thing. If you've never seen it, it's a minute and a half, and this review is definitely longer than that short. It is the greatest way to make up for a film falling apart, is to make something like this, and it is absolutely hilarious. It's very lo-fi. It's very, clearly used as many jokes as you possibly can, but I would almost say perfectly so. He has the right amount of jokes to get this to work to perfection. And if the Alamo Drafthouse doesn't play this before I see Godzilla King of Monsters, you should honestly just shut down, because what's the point of you if you're not doing that? Or any theater. This should always play before a Godzilla movie. I've seen this movies before, and it lightens the mood perfectly. It is a perfect little short. It is considered one of the greatest animated shorts of all time, even by Jerry Beck, who says the absurdity of it kind of shows the highbrow Bambi being crushed by the lowbrow Godzilla. Depends on how you view both those pieces of art, but I don't view Godzilla as low art, but I guess at the time people did. Regardless, I think this is the perfect little animated short, and you should really check it out. It is absolutely wonderful little piece of animation history, and shows the smiles and the laughs that you can get with very little, and if you get very little done absolutely perfectly. So if you have seen Bambi Meets Godzilla and you would like to talk about it, then comment below in the comments and subscribe if you would like to.